Malka?
Yes, Michelle.
I invited a very good friend of mine. She's my dance buddy because I love to dance.
And does she have a name?
Yes, she does.
What is her name?
Her name is Judith.
Judith!
Yes.
I know that name.
I'm so
I
glad.
like your dress.
Thank you so much.
Isn't she pretty?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I like the earrings.
Thank you.
Somewhere out there, there's a theater missing a chandelier.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
That's where I got them.
Okay. It looks good to me. I like it.
I know. And Judith is like me. She wants a better world. She wants a world. Judith, you tell her what kind of world you want. What kind of
Well,
world
if you
do
want a different world, you have to be part of the change. So the only way to have a better world is to change yourself and to make yourself better and give that to anybody that you meet. And project that to as many people as you can, because the only way we get a better world is to change ourselves, because we can only change ourselves.
I know. My girlfriend here was telling me how everybody is so rushed. They're just rushed. And then what happens to all the children? If we're rushing so fast, do they have time to take care of the children, the mothers? Or they're just rushing to work and pay their bills, and then who's home with the kids? Who's educating them, Malka?
Well, not me. I don't know that much. You could teach me. Could you teach me to dance?
Oh, she's going to dance with me.
She is.
Yeah, so we're going to do a waltz together because, you know, it takes two. Whether it's a man and a woman, or two women together, or two men together, it takes two to raise children. And that's the kind of world I want to see. I want to see a world where it's okay, whatever your sex is, if you love children and you want to raise them properly, that's the kind of world I want, Malka. So Judith and I are going to just do a waltz together and show you that it takes two to make a good world. What, did you blow your...
Yeah. Sorry, I'm going to do this. Before you dance. Yeah, hi.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Get lost.
I thought so.
Yeah, no, you know what? Before you dance, how about we make a wish and blow out the wish candle?
What a great idea.
I came up with it myself.
Oh, you are smart.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ready? One.
Well, what's your wish? I didn't hear your wish. You got to make it out loud.
I gotta make it
Loud.
loud.
You gotta
Everybody's
make it out
You got to make a wish for the children. What kind of
For
wish
the
you want for the
children.
children of this
I
world?
want all children to have everything they need, including education, clothing. There's children in this world that don't even have underwear, and it really is sad. So I wish that we could all help them.
I think that's good. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now you can dance.
Shall we dance? Da-dum-bum-bum. Shall
Hi,
we
Judith.
dance? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Shall we dance? Oh, we need some music.
The Tennessee Waltz.
Thank you. Thank you. Judith,
Hold on, go.
Judith, Malka,
Yeah.
what I don't understand is why when we want to donate something to charity and we give it maybe $100, how much of it actually gets to the person that we need to donate? How much actually gets to the children?
I don't get any personally.
Well, isn't it a lot of red tape that, you know, everybody pays for all this extra stuff?
And there's a school there for 800 children that houses, feeds, educates. There's probably 50 children in a classroom. And when you see the video, there's not one child up running around. They're all sitting there listening because they want to learn. And that's their chance. And they have no mothers and fathers. The parents have all passed away from AIDS. All of the money that is given to that organization goes directly to those children.
How old are they?
They range in age from babies of maybe newborns to children 15, 16, 17. So it runs the full gamut of the childhood ages.
So they get classes all the way to 15?
All the way.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
tremendous. Yeah, that's really good. But that's the kind of charities that I want in this world. I want charities where the people actually get the money. They actually get the stuff. And it doesn't go to pay for the lawyers, to pay for the insurance, or the big dinners, but it goes for the kids. That's why I started this. And I wish more people came here and could understand. And I wish more people would have, could understand me as a person. This is what I believe in. And that's why I tried this right here in Pebble Creek. I know there are a lot of other people that do their own thing, and they do it in a big way. But if more of us retired people could just do a little something extra. I mean, we're retired, and we have lots of time, and if we could just take a little bit and just channel it in an education way or something for children, we would have such a much better world. What do you think about that, Malka?
I think that's a good idea. And but don't they have to pay the people?
Well, you know what? We're retired. So I think we can give a lot of our time voluntarily. I mean, we worked hard enough and we're here. I think it's time for us to give back, because if we don't give back now and start doing something, we won't have another world for our children. There just won't be a future. I mean, all the money that people put in trust funds for the next generation, all the multimillionaires, if we don't do something now for our kids, then we won't have another generation. We're going to be killing us.
So we have another wish to make.
Yes.
So let's make that wish and blow out the candle. Ready?
Malka, this is a very special new friend of mine. Her name is Heather.
Hi, Heather.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Good. I like your porpoises.
They're dolphins.
Are they the same?
No, they're different.
Oh, we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Heather has a unique, is it what your work that you do?
Life purpose.
Life purpose. She has a unique life purpose. You want to tell us about it?
Well, I just have been guided to open up a place called the Arizona Enlightenment Center, and it's a place where we're gathering a spiritual community on our side of town, where people can come together and talk about all kinds of weird stuff, and people don't think you're crazy. And it's a welcoming place where you can come and be. And we sponsor all kinds of spiritually based classes and events, and we have practitioners and healers and all that type of thing.
Yeah. Now, can you imagine if she could heal the world? My goodness, what a world we would have.
Do you make house calls?
Oh, wow. We
Yes.
could really help
That would
everybody.
help.
Yeah, and what I do is I'm actually like a facilitator of it, so I know the people who would make the house call. Yes.
Oh, that sounds
We
good.
can send them over to you.
Yeah. Do they bring food?
Sure.
Oh, boy.
And,
Hot dogs.
yeah,
Not
and
hot
she
dogs.
could get the grouchy old people to not be grouchy. She could actually probably get them to be young like you and I, Malka. She could probably, I don't know what she could do, but maybe put her hands on kind of thing that she does, or...
Well, I just say that when you get into that type of energy, that we're actually youthing instead of aging, that we're getting younger, and because the energy is shifting into the world, and it's going to be shifting away from regular medical doctor drug type stuff into all this energy healing.
Oh, I believe that, because I think I look pretty young for my old age.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm 87.
Ooh, good. No wrinkles at all.
Well,
Thank you.
I'm 60 3/4, Michael. Malka.
Michael!
Michael, right.
See,
Sorry.
she is getting old.
She's getting senior
Oh, it's
moment,
a
senior
senior
moment.
Pebble Creek moment. We call it here, Pebble Creek moment.
The mind
Yeah,
is
and
going.
I'm 62, so
I think you look
I'm older
great.
than you are.
I know, but but it is true. I do feel a lot better, like thinking about taking care of other people other than myself, and not being selfish, and caring for children and doing things like this. And you were going to tell us about your church.
Well, it's not my church. There's an Episcopal church in my community who's doing a series of a 5-week series of different religions. So they had a Sikh and then they had a Buddhist monk, and they have a woman from Islam, and then they'll have a rabbi next week, and then they have, I think, Hindu. So they have all these different religions, and then people just want to come and hear. So it's at this church, which I'm not a member of that. It's just in my neighborhood. And so we went over there, and here's this Buddhist monk who looks very much like you. I mean, he's not from Tibet. He's from, like, Alabama or something, and he grew up kind of not really into anything. His mother was Mormon, and his dad was Baptist. I mean, his dad was Catholic. And then he just ended up searching around and found Buddhism, and that's what he wants. So he got up there and told what all the principles of Buddhism and all the different sects that they have, and then he talked about what they believe in, and then at the end there was a question and answer period, and so there's probably 80 people in the audience, and they were asking, because Buddhists don't believe in a creator, and they don't believe that you have a soul that needs to go to heaven, so there's no reason for a heaven, and that, which is, of course, is completely opposite of what this Episcopal Church group would believe in. But what struck me was absolutely beautiful was that everybody just sat there and listened. I was fascinated with it. I wouldn't choose to believe that, but I think it's wonderful. He was totally that was what he really believed, and these other people believed other things, and nobody had to kill each other because they weren't believing that same thing. So what I'm seeing in it is tolerance. And then I saw another time when I went down to Tucson to see the Dalai Lama, and he came, and when we got off the bus, here's a guy standing out there with this sign saying, God is against tolerance, and it puts in some kind of Bible verse that says that, you know, it's anti whatever it is to be for tolerance. And we just almost started laughing, and it's like, you gotta be kidding. And so Dalai Lama, during his talk, or I don't know, or maybe I saw a story about it later, but one time he got out of the car when he's ready to go speak somewhere, and here's a protester standing there, and he gets out of the car, and he bows to this protester and honors him. And then the protester bowed to him, you know. So that's the world I want to be in, where everybody tolerates, accepts everybody. You don't have to believe what I believe, and you're fine where you are, and I'm fine where I am, and everybody's. Which leads on into the children that they be allowed, and especially this new age of children that are being born now. They're different, and they're coming in very spiritually aware, very awake. And they are very fortunate when they are born into families where the parents will allow can develop that as opposed to shutting that down. And so you're going to find a lot more children now coming in with those kind of abilities, and they just know, and they really want a peaceful world, and they don't want they can't stand conflict, and so that's what they're bringing in. And so what I want for them is to be. Of course, they're coming into the families they're supposed to be into, but that they would be in families that have parents or grandparents or somebody who recognizes that and lets them develop it and bring out their gifts.
I think that's great. And if children don't have parents, I would love some seniors, some grandparents to go in and mentor them and see what they can do. You know, instead of some of the seniors sitting in front of the TV. Continuously with the soap operas, maybe just get up and go to a community center and see what you can do for children. I mean, if more of us at my age can just turn around and do something for the kids, Malka, we would have just a much better world. I mean, we have so much to offer. We've done so much. We're successful, and that's why we're still here. Or God would have taken us already.
Yeah, you've already done your job.
You know what? We've done our job. He would have said, it's time for you to go. You know, see you later.
But one thing I want to point out is look at her color of her eyes. These are the eyes that you're going to see in the children being born now. These absolutely brilliant blue eyes. She's one of them.
Thank you.
That's beautiful. And your wish.
My wish is for tolerance and acceptance of everyone, whatever their beliefs are, that everybody can have their own beliefs without, as long as it's not bothering, you know, I can have my belief it's not bothering you, but you could choose not to let it bother you. So tolerance and acceptance.
I think it's a wonderful one.
Let's blow out the candle.
Okay, ready?
Thank you.
Whew. Good.
Thank you. Okay.